So I've managed it. There we go. That's actually probably the neatest one I've managed to create actually since the start of this whole project. I think it's 15 centimetres square. It seems to be a little bit longer. Tension was never a strength, so I'll just pull it and hope for the best. But it's quite a nice little square. So yeah, I enjoyed that one. But I really want to show you this. I started it last time. And it's the cover for a cushion, and it was in bright red actually in the magazine. But I'm so pleased with how it's going. There are loads of mistakes, and if you just have a look, you can see there's a mistake there. There's a great big gaping hole somewhere. There we go. But I'm really, really pleased with how this is coming out. Check that out. I'm learning how to cable. I'm quite pleased with that. It still doesn't look quite like what it does on the picture, but that for me as a novice and using a cable needle, it's been quite a journey, I have to say. I've been doing this pretty much every night since last time I spoke to you. And it's coming on. There are, as I say, lots of mistakes, but have a go at that one because it really is actually helping me to really consolidate all the techniques that we're learning with the magazine. So anyway, I'll keep you informed as to how this goes. I'm going to have a go at that red bag as well. I absolutely love it. So onwards and upwards. Good luck with your square, and I'll speak to you soon. Hi everyone, I hope all is well and the sun is out with you. It is here, it's a beautiful day, so I'm getting on with my knitting, and this week we're doing the mock rib with garter stitch striped square. Sounds so impressive. So I've got going on it already. My first thing was I looked at the pattern, and on row 4 and row 5 there are 2 knits in a row, and I couldn't quite work that out, and I actually began to think in my now I'm a really good knitter head, I wonder if they've got some kind of printing mistake. But in actual fact, it all makes sense. So I just got going and followed it to the letter, and it seems to be working out okay. So all it is really, I've just started on it, is it's actually quite pretty looking at it. You knit a few lines and then you alternate with knitting and purling for a few lines and then you knit again. A few things have come up with this. Being a complete numpty, I started and this was what I began to see, and I kept thinking, I can't see how this pattern is going to materialise using the stitches, and I then began to think I was actually right with the fact there might have been a printing mistake. But I'm such a numpty, you just turn it around and there it is, there's the actual pattern, and it's quite a pleasing pattern as well, and it sounds very posh too. Be careful when you're purling. I just did it a second ago. I put my needle into the front of the stitch, and then I put the wool around the front needle like you're supposed to do with purling. But what I forgot to do was I forgot to bring the wool through between the needles before I actually did the purl. And then what happened was I seemed to get a second stitch. That was a few lines down, and I suddenly counted 30 stitches, not 29. And I just knitted 2 stitches together in the hopes that that might fix it. And in actual fact it has. I can't see, I don't know if you can see, I don't think I can see any mistakes there. So I'm just going to keep going with this. So I'm on a knit and purl, and it's quite easy. Once again, someone was mentioning that they still haven't worked out how to hold the wool. I'm holding it a completely different way this week. But I just do it, I don't know, it depends. I've cut my finger this week doing some gardening, so I can't hold it properly anyway. It's really nice to hear all your messages. Laura Longhurst, she's talking about distraction and of children, and I completely agree. There are so many things out there that are designed to distract us when we're in our knitting moment. And I found that the only way to deal with it is just to write it all down and tick it off as I go along. So I'm going to keep going with this one, and I'm going to see how I get on. I really want to show you the project I've been working on from issue 10, I think it was, of the cushion, which I started with the last square. I'm nearly done 2 rounds of the pattern. It takes ages, but I'll show you that a little bit later.